What's going on, everybody? Now, I talk about problems in the black community all the time. I also do a lot of film. I'm a videographer. I film a lot of press conferences, and everybody wants to know the problems. Why are our children killing each other? What is the problem in the black community? We dance around it constantly. A lot of us dance around it because we're afraid of what people will say. Well, I'm going to go ahead and just point the elephant in the room out, and which is single mothers. That's destroying our community. Everybody will agree the problem in the black community is the home. What is wrong with the home? It's broken. Why is our homes broken? How can 70 to 90% of our homes be broken? How did this happen? Welfare and child support. I talk about this all the time with female friends, co-workers, and some of everybody, but now I'm talking to you guys about it. Welfare and child support. You ask, wait a minute, how can welfare, when it should be helping our people, and child support? Donald, you just gonna let him off the hook? And I tell women, no, we're not gonna put him on the hook. The first thing I tell people, because I'm the first people to point this out, a lot of people don't talk about this. I don't want to talk. A lot of people just want to dance around the subject because they're afraid of what people are going to say. They're afraid of what women are going to say. I have this conversation with men all the time. Men don't want to say this around women or say this in public. But before the war in 1964, when welfare was introduced, there was a form of it in the 50s, but it was mainly introduced in 1964. There was another form of it in 1973. But for the most part, before welfare in 1964, the national children out of wedlock was only 7%. After welfare was introduced in the black community, it is 79% right now. 79%. All right, how is this even possible? We are rewarding horrible behavior. We have women out here sleeping with any goddamn body. We got children out of, not saying that children out of wedlock is something bad. I'm not saying that. But we take away a good decision from that woman. I ask women, okay, cool. You think what I'm saying is not true? Okay. What happens when you take that away? No other country in the world has it. Only a few other countries have it. But no other country in the world has it. Look how many, look and see, do they just have 3 or 4 children by 3 or 4 different men that didn't want them, didn't want the children, no crib, no car, no career, and run off. How many other countries can you say got up to 70 to 90% of men that do that? You don't see that. You're never going to see that. Then people say, oh, no, culture thing, culture. No, it's culture. Wait a minute. We didn't always have welfare. Ask somebody that's 70, 80, what did they do before welfare and child support? They're going to look at you, they're going to laugh at you, and they say, Donald, I couldn't just go lay with him. He was 6'5", fine. He was this, 6'7", 6'8". He was this, he wanted it. But it wasn't no welfare. If a child came out, I couldn't go run to the government. And now they say that people on welfare get paid more than the average family that's working, which is ridiculous. And which is the reason why we have women just sleeping with any old body, because there's no repercussions. Also, once you put the repercussions on the family, they make sure that little girl doesn't get pregnant. I tell you, I would challenge you, if you do not believe me, ask a foreigner, excuse me, what country are you from? Oh, you from Nigeria, you from anywhere. What do they do in your country without welfare and child support? They would tell you, whoa, wait a minute. I couldn't go out there and sleep with anybody. Whoever I slept with had to bring it. He had to be a great guy. He had to have a crib car career that means to take care of a child. He had to love me. He had to want a child. He had to somebody that's going to be there forever. Nowadays, that's exactly what you're not getting. You go to jail, and in that waiting room is going to look like America's Next Top Model. But in the colleges, 80% of the men are single. The good, and see, it eliminates, let me tell you something. Once you force a great decision by eliminating welfare, child support, people say, Donald, you're just going to let him off the hook? No. We're not going to put him on the hook first time. And if you do screw up, that's your family's problem. They will make sure, one, you don't screw up again because now they have to pay that bill. People on welfare get WIC, Link, free house, taxes, child support, free child care, free everything. So do you think they're going to make a horrible decision again? Absolutely. Why not? When you reward horrible behavior, you get horrible behavior. And that's what we're seeing. The killings and the murderings. We eliminate that. We eliminate most of our killings. We would eliminate that. We would. Ask anybody else in any other country. Ask anybody that's 70 years older. What did you guys have to do before welfare? Before child support? Because without child support, now you got to wait, say, hold up. You're going to make a great decision on the guy that's going to forever be there by your side. Whether y'all together or not, a great father is what these children need. Don't get me wrong. I love my sisters. I commend any sister out there hustling, trying to do. But I see somebody else on Facebook saying, oh, shouts out to all the single mothers. We are praising horrible decisions. That's the problem. A lot of cats want to get a female, want to get in the, want us with brownie points by shooting out shout outs to single women. But just like a coworker of mine, a foreigner from another country, will say, you guys are rewarding this horrible behavior. She say, look, in my country, if a female had a child and that guy ran off, they didn't have a baby shower for that kid. They didn't do anything. But what we're doing is we're rewarding, we're damn near praising horrible behavior. And that's what we're getting. Anybody out there that's black know exactly what I'm talking about. Every guy that you know that's in and out of jail, no car, gang banging, can't take care of a child, can't take care of his other 3 or 4 kids. How many girlfriends does he have? 4, 5? How many children does he have? How many children does he continue to have? And this is the behavior and that we're rewarding. That's why we have so many killings. That's why our communities are, because we're getting the bad mixing with the bad, and then we're getting bad. That's exactly what we're doing. Even dogs and coyotes are the same species, but what they did 100 years ago is take the great, the calm ones, bring them domestic and keep the wild ones in the wild, and they damn near evolved to wolves and coyotes is what you see. And they are naturally, wolves and coyotes are naturally aggressive. We're seeing in the black community, 90% damn near have no fathers to be there for those children. Thus lie the biggest problem in our community. Nobody wants to point this out. Everybody is scared of it because they're scared of what we're going to will say. Well, I will say it, and I'm not afraid to say it because it's the elephant in the room. We need to get rid of welfare for good. I hope Donald Trump gets rid of it. Even in the states that they eradicated most of it, they seen children being born out of wedlock and horrible decisions drop dramatically. And that's because of welfare. Welfare has destroyed the black community. There's a lady by the name of Margaret Thatcher or something, Planned Parenthood. And the projects is not just the hood version of housing units. It was actually a project. Let us reward bad behavior. Let us separate the man from the women. The Black Panthers They started the WIC program once upon a time, and they countered it by saying, you know what? They depend on the black man too much. Let us step in for them. Let them depend on us. Let's divide that black family, just the same as they did in slavery. The same they're doing with the prisons. Divide and conquer our communities. Now, there's also other factors in it too. The war on drugs. You know how many men we got locked up in America, divide the family. Other factors too, but our biggest and the main factor is welfare, child support. Anyway, if you don't agree with me, you agree with me. Like, share, comment. Let me know what you think. Peace. I'm out.